Chavos.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Chelas con Chavos. We are here with Miguel Barajas, Ole Frijole on Instagram and everything on socials. The face of the Chavos de San Diego.
Yeah, you can say
Welcome
that.
back in, Chavos de San Diego,
sure.
right? I mean, Kevin showed his face here once,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you liked it or not. You haven't heard from him. Nah, he was really nice last time I saw him. It was nice seeing everybody.
Se vive lejos, por eso.
Yeah, 100%. No, yeah, we've been seeing some people around town. There's been a lot of events here in San Diego. Soccer is really becoming a central place for soccer in the U.S. and just in general. So,
It's becoming a full-time job right now to be a fan.
Vato.
You know,
Yeah, dude, it
todo
really
esto,
is.
güey.
Thank you for coming in person. It's hot in the studio during summer. So
we told
thank
you, we warned you.
that fan's really cool, actually, man. I
Hell
get a
yeah.
nice little cool breeze.
Hell
with
yeah.
it. No, it's good.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
good.
we're working on
Garage
another
is
AC
open.
unit, but
My family's not on purpose doing their laundry right now, which actually I put my laundry in and no se empezó.
Amá.
sí es cierto.
This is a garage, so why
Yeah,
not? Go
man,
for it.
Yeah, no, go check on your laundry, way. How are you doing, dude?
Hey, good, man. Good. Like
Yeah,
I said, it's just like super busy, man. Just getting ready for the baby.
Yeah, no, dude, that's exciting stuff, man.
Yeah, it's so
exciting stuff.
it's so cool, man. It's like something I never thought I was gonna experience, but I mean, other than that, we got the baby coming, we got the whole soccer stuff coming. I mean, I'm like working full time still. I'm traveling for work. Hopefully that kind of stops here pretty soon, and then I could just
Same
go
on.
my paternity leave. But ahorita, man, just trying to stay afloat, I guess.
No, hell yeah, dude. I think
Yeah.
we're all in the same boat. Obviously, we're not gonna be parents, obviously, but
Yeah, I'm
working
good.
full time,
Yeah.
soccer, being involved in the soccer world here in San Diego, it's a second full time job for everyone. But nonetheless, I mean, Mexico campeón, no? We'll talk about it. Mexico campeón.
Yeah,
güey.
man.
Yeah, we did
That's
it.
what
Sí
I'm
se pudo.
saying, dude. Yeah. I said everybody's talking about the Nations League, but last I heard, the Gold Cup that's the championship.
That's-
Nation Leagues is
that's
just
the
an
big
amistosos.
one.
They're just friendlies with the
Me
trophy
vale
at the
madre.
end.
Yeah, that was
Like-
created to help the lower teams.
I mean, you
That's
just
what I'm
had
saying.
Bayern Munich destroy some poor team 27-0. I don't know if you saw that in preseason.
Sí,
It's just some
güey.
like, o sea, pinche, like Sunday league team. Like, of course it's gonna happen, but like if that same thing's gonna happen with Man U and Wrexham, at the end they're still gonna get a trophy, probably Man U.
Dortmund
That's
and
as
Loyal?
much as a value as the Nations League trophy.
That's tomorrow, right? Man U?
Man,
No.
no.
Tomorrow's
Next week,
Chelsea.
Next week.
Chelsea.
Next week.
Yeah, Chelsea Wrexham is tomorrow, I
I
think.
think so, yeah. Mañana el Man U
Yeah.
juega contra León, 6 a.m. Más digo.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
But yeah, so obviously Snapdragon, a hub for soccer because it is, where soccer is going to be played at the highest level here in San Diego with the MLS in 2025. We'll get into a little bit of what that supporters meeting at Modern Times was. It was a little bit more structured for those who weren't able to get there. A lot of people who are listening, obviously were there. But, we'll kind of give our thoughts if you weren't. And when
I didn't get to go.
we welcome people again who want to push back. I think that it's safe to say that if there's people that we see on Chavos Discord, on Locals Discord, on that have thoughts that are really insightful, and I think if they want to voice their opinions, these meetings are open. And sorry for just starting on that, but just these meetings are open, and you can have that dialogue with them. And for right now, they're still there and listening for what it's worth. But then this team is going to play in Snapdragon. Loyal's going to play at Snapdragon.
Yep.
What's here is here. What's now is now. Chavos de Loyal preparing for, which is the segment of Chavos de San Diego, for that match. So what is that kind of looking like? Do you guys need help? What's where we're at with?
So right now, actually, with all that stuff, right before we got here, Sam started handing out information. So Sam and Abel started handing out information about the Loyal. It's kind of going to be a new thing with Snapdragon, right? They're going to want to see what kind of banners are going to go up. Yeah. They want to know which if we're going to have like flags with PVC or what kind of drums we're bringing, because I guess they're getting really strict about that.
Oh, yeah.
And, honestly, and all that news on that too was the those cops that we had for the Mexico game. We heard they were CONCACAF cops. They were not Snapdragon cops. So.
All right.
So that's it. They were CONCACAF security. They were there to.
We've understood that CONCACAF has a lot of rules.
You know what it probably was, now thinking about it? is to see if anybody yells the chant.
Yeah.
Single them out, kick them out. So that maybe could have been a reason why as well.
Yeah.
I mean, good to know that it wasn't Snapdragon just policing. That's really good to know.
We've learned that it doesn't matter what Snapdragon's rules are, because for the U.S. game, we went for the Gold Cup semifinal, Panama. A lot of people were incredibly upset because Snapdragon says that, yeah, you're allowed to bring a water bottle. Empty, and it was a hot day. A lot of people were not happy about that, and that was a CONCACAF rule.
Yeah.
On the website for Snapdragon says, so just be aware if you're going to Snapdragon as a fan, if it's Chavo as a local, just read the rules, but also read the promoters' rules. I guess so.
I know it's gonna be
a lot
good.
of reading.
I know we're trying to make sure we pass out all that information. You know, if you guys are part of the Chavos Discord and stuff like that, if you guys are gonna bring any kind of banner, they're gonna be pretty strict on that. Any kind of drum, they're gonna be pretty strict on that. You know, it's not like you know the Torero Stadium where we're just kind of used to bringing our stuff in, hanging it up, boom, we're good to go. If anybody was there for the USA or the Mexico game at Snapdragon, you know that after the game, it's very hard to get your banners back because security is essentially like, hey, you guys got to move, get out of here, you got to clear this place up. You know, they're not as nice as, you know, as they've been in Torero. So we're just trying to make sure we pass it along, that information. We have a lot of people that are going to be going, which is going to be actually really, really cool. We have a lot of new people as well that are going to be showing up that, you know, that we've been meeting throughout the last few weeks. Not just from the STFC stuff, but, you know, also from like the Mexico games, you know, like the Chivas games that we've been watching and stuff like that, like a lot of Liga MX stuff. Okay. And we've started making a lot of friends and, you know, a lot of new members. So it seems to be, it's going to be pretty exciting. I don't know if it's going to get full. It doesn't really have that feeling that it's going to get too packed, but I have a lot of friends that are actually going to the game and they don't even, I mean, they've never been a loyal game before.
Yeah, no, we were talking about that on our episode yesterday, where it's going to be interesting, right? How many soccer fans in general go because of Borussia Dortmund? Just because, I mean, they are a globally known team. They're known to have a crazy fan base as well. I mean, up in Germany with the yellow brick wall. Obviously, we don't expect any fans come from Germany. It's the U.S. tour. There are going to be Dortmund fans showing up for sure, just that they support them. Will it get sold out? No, I don't think so. I mean, the USA semifinal didn't get sold out either. I think it was, 30,000 people that went to that semifinal?
Yeah, it wasn't sold out.
I would say maybe in the 20,000s I could maybe see.
Yeah, I could see that.
15,000?
I could say maybe like, I could see definitely the bottom bowl being filled, and then maybe just a little bit of the top. You know, maybe the bottom bowl will be filled because of people that bought maybe top tickets and they're just kind of sneak down.
It could
a
also
bit.
be a lot of like last minute going. It's like, hey, Dortmund, let's go watch them. Like, why not? It's gonna be one of those games where different teams each half for sure, but it's gonna be exciting. We have Matt Hummels here promoting everything.
What time's the game at?
I want to say 7 p.m.
Okay, all right. So it's gonna be a nice little sundown. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Not too hot.
July 27th, we play in San Diego against San Diego Loyal. Experience BVB live in the USA and get your tickets now.
7:30 p.m.
That is so German, huh?
Right? Ans Waden, das Wiener Schnitzel, ans Volkswagen, das Guldsjas.
Jeez, man. It's actually really cool that we're getting to see actually like Dortmund coming out. That's really cool, man.
Yeah.
For them to pick a team like San Diego Loyal to be able to play against, that's huge. I mean, I would have thought maybe it would have been like, you know, one of maybe like Stuttgart or, you know, maybe one of the smaller clubs, but, you know, Dortmund's, I mean, they're not as recognized, I guess, you know, like Barcelona and like.
I mean, they
Man
almost
U.
won the Bundesliga
because
past season,
they
but they
messed
choked
it up.
it.
Yeah, 100%. Like
themselves. So
it's a good team. Like we'll see a lot of
San Diego Loyal and Dortmund haven't come in, choking potential title
Yikes.
runs.
All right.
I mean, I know Tate's super excited because, I mean, he's a Bayern Munich fan, so he's just going to be all about just like
Hating.
hating
My
everything.
loyal, be Dortmund.
So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it's gonna be awesome. But no, it's gonna be nice to be able to see, you know, the whole 109 section just kind of transfer over to Snapdragon. I know we kind of saw it a little bit with the, you know, with the USA and the Mexico fans. It kind of went into, but this is like
Together.
You know,
this is 109.
Together. Yeah, this is
109
all our songs coming out. You know, all 12 of our songs that we have are gonna be at Snapdragon. You know, this could be maybe like a precursor to like a future Open Cup, you know, that we have at the stadium and stuff. And you know, it's exciting, and at the same time, it's kind of like, man, I hope we just do really well.
Good. Is it? I was gonna ask. Like, can he feel a little scary? Could it be maybe a reality check? Because Snapdragon is a big stadium.
Big stadium.
Obviously, when it comes to the Sirens and San Diego Wave, there are those people that criticize because they're not as loud. But
Yeah.
is it worrisome for the locals / Chavos as well that this could be a reality check saying, hey, like, wow, like if Loyal were to ever move at Snapdragon, it could be a big reality check.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna definitely get a. Did you guys go to the LA Galaxy game a few years? I mean, actually, a couple years ago, for the Open Cup
over there.
Yeah,
yeah.
the Galaxy one, yeah.
So that one actually we sounded pretty well. I mean, but the stadium is designed to keep the noise in, right?
Yeah.
This one not so much. Hopefully we have a bigger crowd than we did at that game, and hopefully everybody sings and everybody's loud. You know, have a few beers in you, whatever. You know, just be ready, right? But yeah, I'm curious to see how we sound. I'm curious to see how it goes. That section, that supporter section, is really big, and you know, in comparison to what we have in Torero, it's definitely bigger than what we have out there. So I mean, we're gonna be able to tell right away whether we can hold a good match there or not. You know, as a fan base.
These Dortmund players, I mean, if you manage to somehow just impress them a little bit, that'd be cool, considering that they have one of the wildest fan bases
Yeah.
in the world.
Oh, man.
I mean, it'd be cool if post game if we get to ask anyone, like, hey, how was the fan base? Obviously,
Das
not as-
Volkswagen, das Wiener Schnitzel.
There you go. There you go, Tony. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens when it comes to this game. I mean, 2 days before this game, Man U and Wrexham are facing off at Snapdragon as well. So it's going to be interesting to see the comparison of fan bases and the amount of people that show up in either one. But
I think that Man U Wrexham game is going to be definitely more of I guess more. I'm gonna call it a Hollywood crowd, right? The casual supporter.
Yeah.
Not necessarily one for another team. I mean, I don't really hear much about Man U supporters going
Yeah.
to Snapdragon. So
Yeah, there's a couple of the Red Devils, ST Red Devils, I believe. Like they're the main ones. I know
Yeah.
there's a couple just scattered out. So, but I mean, there's much more Man U support than there is probably Dortmund. Uncomfortable question time. So, do you put any thought in like the fact that the songs, other than the Loyal specific ones, are the same songs that are going to be sang in that section, probably by a lot of the same people for the MLS team?
it was by design, man.
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying. But like, what if like, are you going like? There's people in 109 that do not vibe with the MLS.
Yeah.
Do you think that this is an opportunity to change that? Like, oh my God, like this is because that's happening.
Yeah.
That is happening.
It's happening.
for sure.
Yeah.
Again, Open Cup perhaps, and that's just at this point like because there's already tenants in that stadium. It's going to be the MLS team. So, do you think that there's any chance of people just kind of like?
Yeah.
Because then you are still joining. It's not like something unfamiliar, right? You're still joining the same friends that you would in 109. Like it's a lot of the same people. But any thought there? Or
Yeah, actually, we did have a lot of thought in that. You know, it was at the supporter meeting at the Modern Times, we make it a pretty conscious effort to not sing San Diego Loyal songs, just because those belong at Torero, those belong to 109, they belong to San Diego Loyal, created by us locals as well.
Yeah.
The San Diego we're just not gonna. That does not go outside of USL. That belongs to Loyal, you know, because it's definitely something that kind of happens in the crowd, right? But everything else, I mean, it's like if you guys listen to any other song, like in Navarra, in Argentina, Mexico, even in the Philippines, you know, just any other leagues in the world, all the songs sound exactly the same.
Yeah.
So as long as we can keep it at San Diego, maybe do a little bit of variation with something that if it does have Loyal in it, maybe we could just make a little small variation, change it to like an FC, or just have San Diego in there, or just kind of keep it generic. I think it's something we're still going to be able to use because I mean it's recognizable now.
Yeah.
When people go to Loyal games, they recognize those songs. Now that when they go to STFC games, they're going to recognize those songs. I mean, when we sing at the Mexico games, right? Some of those songs are very similar.
Yeah.
As well. So if people recognize
and the
people
Outlaws
recognize-
too.
Yeah,
Like,
and the Outlaws too.
surprisingly, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Dale,
US.
US. I was like,
US.
all right, like sure, that's a common one, like you're saying,
Yeah.
but like, it's interesting just that blend that's happening, and it's a weird little section because no other section in San Diego has ever had this many variations
Oh,
of,
Dale Dale.
of groups. No, Dale or just groups in general. You've had the Sirens. You're going to have the Chavos. You're going to have You've had Pancho Villa. You've had the Outlaws. You've had
La Monumental,
La
América.
Monumental, America. Like that's 5 different variations of supporter groups in that section.
Yeah.
It's not in Torero. Not in. I don't remember anywhere where that happening. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a cool little.
And we're still
yeah.
going to be working on, getting new songs out for specific for San Diego FC.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool to be for the newer the people that were kind of casual fans before San Diego Loyal, and now they can become more of a hardcore fan.
Yeah.
They're noticing that all this stuff is kind of interchangeable, man. If you sing one song here and you go to another part of the world and you hear a song with a similar beat, you just gotta listen to the words, and then you can kind of vibe with it, right? And that's kind of that's just the way soccer chants are. That's the way the battle lifestyle is. It's just like I can go down to Pumas and probably hear a song and like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna join on this one, right? Just because it sounds cool. But like it's just I hope nobody gets offended. If they do, oh well, tough luck.
That's a you problem.
Yeah, it's a you problem.
It really is.
But
I mean, at this point, you can't just please everyone.
exactly, and but we just to let everybody know, we are making a conscious effort to make sure that the loyal songs stay loyal, and we're going to be using San Diego specific generic songs, and we're going to keep building on those as well.
And you're going to get to sing a lot of those songs because San Diego Loyal has a long home stretch.
Yeah.
They have a lot of home
Yep.
games coming up.
You're going to see the guys again.
Dude, what is it, like five games in a row?
It's been a
It's
while.
been 5, I believe.
It's been a while.
Over a month since they played out Torero
Yeah.
Stadium.
And we got like what 5 coming up as well, right? With this friendly.
1, 2 with the friendly 5 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this upcoming Thursday, not this one, next July 27th against Dortmund. Then 3 days after, Sunday afternoon, 3 p.m. against Colorado again. You go to an August 5th match, which I believe it's a Saturday or a Friday, August 5th, Orange County. Then you have Loudoun United 4 days after that.
It's the best you've ever pronounced Loudon.
Loudoun, Memphis, and New Mexico as well. And then they go to Rio Grande after that.
Then they come back for one, and
They
then
come
they're on the road
back.
again. But yeah, that's pretty much.
At least they're coming back with a good 5-0 win, right? Or-
That-
That was nice.
That was-
That was a little nice.
that was
But now
they
don't-
can replicate it in Torero.
yeah.
That'd be cool.
Now- Yeah, and it was actually pretty cool to see them, and going out to the Ale Smith to kind of watch the game with the rest of the crowd. But I feel like that was a game that everybody needed. It was just a nice little sigh of relief, like, okay, cool, like we can do this, right? And they were playing with the man down still, and I felt like it for a second.
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, man, it would suck if they come back again. If like Colorado came back and just tied it or something.
And that right there is the San Diego Loyal trauma.
Yeah.
San Diego fandom trauma.
That's a fandom trauma right there.
Wait,
Because I mean,
Strike
because
Force
it's
couldn't do it.
happened.
The Strike Force, the rugby, this
The Legion.
world,
Legion.
esa madre. Like,
yeah.
but the Strike Force hasn't won anything either. So
I mean, you get the Padres too, and everything that happened with
Okay.
them.
No,
It's
the
just
US,
like,
the
geez.
USA
Alright.
lost in semifinals
Yeah.
in San Diego. Like
no, it was kind of cool.
it's just that one.
That was all right.
It was
That's what
it was a very exhausting month, man. Like just in general, just because
And
I was
it's-
I was trying to be happy, I was trying to be positive with all these
Full
games.
mes de valer madre.
Man,
But
at least the
low
Gold
key,
Cup
San Diego
happened.
Loyal are kind of like turning it around. Like they're 4th place right now, 5 points from the top, 5 points from out of playoffs.
Yeah.
Like it's they're the middlemen right now. But I mean, again,
We're gonna get that reinforcement and defense coming up too. It's gonna be
yeah,
real nice,
exactly.
man.
More representation.
More representation, dude.
Raza entrando al equipo, something that we've desperately wanted in San Diego Loyal.
A world champion. A world champion. That's what we want.
Oh, sí, cierto.
But yeah, so talking about obviously what's here, what's now, that's happening now. Also happening now are, again, we mentioned a little bit, is those supporter meetings happening over at Modern Times that have the SDFC group. Interesting to see our pals, Ricardo and a couple of other front office loyal men. Like, did you have a conversation with them? Did you talk with them? Like,
Yeah.
¿Qué onda,
actually-
güey?
well,
¿Qué pedo, güey?
no, it's like but obviously they're it was open to the public, right? It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, and they obviously have some sort of interest in what's going on with that crowd. Like I said, Ricardo's always class act, man. He wasn't there to try to like steer us away from anything. It was
Yeah.
honestly there to listen, right? To see.
He was just kind of like a fly on the wall.
Yeah,
Like,
it was just he was a fly on the wall to see, and it really wasn't a lot of talking from the fans. It was really more talking from like the front office of the San Diego Sea
just compared to the first one.
compared to
Okay.
the first one. Yeah.
Did you learn anything?
Honestly.
Honestly, I think just the name. I think it's gonna be San Diego FC.
Yeah, but like in this last, like from
Yeah.
from the first one to the next, from this last one.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
I personally didn't think where I didn't learn anything new.
No.
You know, I'm kind of in the know of it, and
Yeah.
so like I know a lot of people that were there that weren't there at the first one,
Mm-hmm.
because there were a lot of different people, a lot of the same people, but a lot of different people there too.
Yeah.
I saw more of that European pub type supporter.
Yeah.
I mean, it seemed a little bit different of a crowd, and
It was definitely more from that aspect. I did learn that it was definitely more the people that were that just signed up to the to be first in line to get the tickets, right? And that was actually pretty cool because it was that was a whole new crowd for us to be able to engage with. From a Chavos standpoint, I mean, it was like that was we added maybe about 5-6 more like Discord members and stuff like that. People that are just kind of actually like all about it, right? We met some guy from up in Oceanside that he ran the Chargers tailgates for the Oceanside.
oh wow,
Yeah.
okay, good,
So
good. That's what you're gonna need, man.
Yeah, we need more people to just be able to show up and do that. I mean, everybody's just always like, I guess the first thing that we wanted to do is when we got there was to make sure that people remembered us.
Yeah.
Because we're just gonna sing.
Yeah,
Like we're gonna make this Madre todo, and then and that's what got people engaged with us. They're like, man, like I like your energy, I like what you guys are doing. I want to be a part of this, so that's gonna be starting handing out our Discord channel and everything. But but with the Ricardo thing, it's just like we knew he was there, and he knows what we're doing, and I think he understands that we're not turning our back on them.
Yeah.
It's still really cool, man, because we still had conversations with them. We talked about the signing that they had, right? We talked about the game and maybe and getting ready to go watch on Saturday. We're not unengaged with the loyal front office at all.
Yeah.
This is just something completely new, completely different. I think he understands that. But it was pretty cool to see him there, and I'm pretty sure the front office for San Diego State knew he was there too.
Yeah.
So
we gave them that little shot. Like they knew
Yeah.
they saw each other at the door. I was kind of next door. And I was a fly on the wall for that one.
But,
I was like, what?
See, no, I know. And you kind of hope that's the beginning of a cordial existence.
Yeah.
Entre los dos. So like hopefully, like it's not saying like we're gonna throw bones to each other here, but it's one of those things that hopefully it's not one of those. This is a real soccer in San Diego, or this is the only soccer in San Diego. It's not gonna turn into one of those, and I think it's gonna be great. I mean, I did talk to him about a little bit about the rumored USL Pro Rel, right?
Yeah,
That was pretty cool news.
That could possibly come down. Yeah.
Yeah, I could possibly come down. I talked to him about that. So it was nice to see him there, and it was nice to see all those new faces and those new people that came up and just wanted to be a part of everything.
what was there more people in this one than the first?
There was more people.
Yeah.
Season?
Oh, 100%.
A lot more.
Yeah. A lot more people. A lot more of the not supporter side of it, right? More
But
casual.
just people that are interested, that want to know what's going on, and I feel like that's just gonna keep growing for every
Yeah.
single one, right?
So
Yeah.
what's the MLS group telling you guys as a group? Like, what are those conversations right now? Like, hey, do
No.
this. Are they telling you anything? Hey, we'd really appreciate if you guys come out to this and do your thing, or is it just like
No, honestly, it's just a lot of it is just really more they're getting us the information for the event. They're just kind of throwing it out there, be like,
Yeah.
hey, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, they're gonna do this, and like so we're just gonna show up.
Yeah.
We're gonna show up whenever we can, wherever we can. We're not writing. We're not following them. We're not. I mean, I guess we're not at their beck and call.
you're still an independent?
We're an
group.
independent supporter group. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna show up. We're gonna do our own thing.
With this new independent supporters group, is there already talks of leadership? Who's gonna run it? I mean, is it still gonna be Kevin? Is there conversations
So-
about that?
Yeah, we've talked about that. It is not going to be Kevin. Kevin, there's I think a group of like 7 or 8 of us right now that we're calling us the quasi leadership. It's not. We're not going to be the de facto unless we get voted in, right? But it needs to start somewhere. And Kevin already made it very clear that he doesn't want to be president of that group. He just wants to, he wants to be there from the beginning, establish that culture that we're gonna need to have, and then he wants to enjoy it. And he's gonna, he's still gonna be the leader of the Chavos, the actual
group,
the whole group as a whole. But the Frontera Ultras, that's gonna be somebody completely different. And right now, there's like I said, there's 6 or 7 of us that are just kind of like getting everything together, trying to get everything squared away. Having those conversations with the not front office, because I think we've only
there's no building. There's confirmed sources. There's no building for them, so there's literally no front office.
It's just Sebastian. Yeah, it's just him so far. And they made it pretty word. They made it pretty word too. Like at that
he's
meeting,
the guy.
He's the guy. He's the one that's been doing everything for the last few
Elijah
months.
Martin's
twin
padre.
yeah.
No, but other than that, I mean,
Doppelganger.
no, it's just like I said, they're giving us the information of what they're having, and it's up to us to kind of go out there, show up, and get the crowd started for ourselves. Because I mean, we wanna be there from the beginning too.
Yeah.
We wanna make sure that we're engaged in all this, and so it's as far as we know we have to do our bylaws, we have to do a bunch of different things, but as far as official supporter group status, there's nothing on that yet. We haven't gotten
Time is ticking.
It's ticking, yeah. So that's what I'm
is
saying.
ticking.
It's like we got a year and a half, and
That's gonna come by quick.
it seems like a long time, but yeah, no, it's gonna come by real fast, man. And so we're getting a lot of help too from other areas too. We're talking to a bunch of people that started different foundations on how they got started with a nonprofit, because it's gonna be one of those. We're just gonna have to get better organized.
Yeah.
And it's not saying that we're not organized with the Chavos Loyal, but it's gonna be on a nationwide, more of a national scale, I guess.
It's a big stage, man.
It's a bigger stage. A lot more viewership. A lot
top
more
hitters in that one.
Yeah.
All right. So we touched a little bit about the soccer game happening in LA that I wasn't allowed to go.
Well, you weren't allowed to go.
He wasn't
I had
allowed
to
to
work
go.
because I care about
Oh.
my job.
I do too.
And
Okay.
I do too.
I
but
had to train
no part of that
190
training.
people, and
Not my program.
You know,
right,
it's-
that
Not my program,
training,
not my
so
program, not
no-
my
no mi
problem,
pedo. Todo chingón la final.
so I heard. But I mean, and you guys watched it with a bunch of Via's Army, 3-punk sale. So I mean, it's really cool seeing this mix of cultures too. I mean, even going back to, and I mean, shout out to him, right? And it's the one guy that supports Albion there day in day out, El Chileno. Is he kind of in the mix for this presidency, or I don't even want to. This is not an election debate show. Fucking Chavos Watch.
Who's the front
Chavos
runner?
Frontera
What percentages?
Ultras.
Yeah, no.
No, it's obviously he's definitely one of those guys that's just he's starting his chance. He's very active. He's very involved. And
Shout out him. Shout out.
yeah,
Chileno.
shout out, man, because his
Chileno.
yeah, he's the guy in Albion, man. He's the guy. So we're just gonna make sure, first things first, we just want to make sure that whoever wants to be involved is going to be involved from the beginning.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be more of a dedication. It's going to be more kind of like your free, not your entire free time, but you're going to be dedicating some time to all this stuff. But if he wants to be a part of this, yeah, definitely. I mean, we can just get him involved, get him started. But it's going to be one of those things where once we actually get going, we're going to have those real votes and stuff like that,
Yeah.
right? And then people are going to make their pitch, and then we're going to have our members actually do that kind of stuff.
I don't know. I kind of thought about it a little bit. I know I just said that we're not that debate show. But it'd be really cool if
Steer the pot. Come on.
there was candidates and they wanted to make their spiel and speech and whatever here with us.
Oh.
Because I mean, you're gonna have to. You're really gonna have to. If you're elected president, I don't care who it is. They're talking to us.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you just are. And you can come in, have whatever. But
Your State of the Union.
I don't know. I don't know. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah,
that would be
we could
pretty
definitely talk about that in maybe about in a year and a half.
Yeah.
or
No.
whatever,
No.
right?
See.
No,
Yeah. No.
see
100%.
way,
Yeah.
I
No.
mean,
See way. But
But
That's really cool,
how was the watch party though in general?
The Mexican one?
Uh huh.
Yeah, it was freaking awesome, man. So yeah, we did the whole Pancho the Pancho's BS Army there, and there was I want to say maybe there's about maybe 10 or 12 Chavos that showed up.
Nice.
In general, but there was a bunch of people watching the game there for Mexico. Like, just
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, 3 Punk's always a go-to.
Always
when
a
it comes
go-to,
to
man.
watch parties. I mean, any Man U games, he always has them on. He's a big Man U fan.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I bet a lot of people. I bet Third Avenue was like pretty popular.
Yeah, there was.
just
I
in
think
general.
there was. I think Chula Vista Brewing had. They had a watch party there too. They
That
had
place
a
is dead
groundswell
now,
across the street. Man.
Groundswell's dope. I like
Yeah.
Groundswell.
Yeah, they got good pizza, man. They got amazing.
Really
I don't know
good
if
pizza.
anybody's ever been there, man, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I took him to
Yeah.
have pizza there at Groundswell the other day.
Did we really?
Yeah, we went there. That's where we went. That's Groundswell.
That's where we
Pretty
went
good
with
pizza.
the boys. Yeah.
Their Italian sandwich too, man. I don't know
Oh,
if you guys
really?
ever
It
had
was
that Italian
fucked
sandwich.
up that day.
Ooh,
I
man.
forgot about
Yeah,
it. Like,
yeah,
it was- Okay.
I mean, that's definitely some underrated food right there in Third Avenue.
Let's go
man.
right now.
But no, other than that too, is like it was another one of those opportunities where people got to see us. When Mexico scored their goal, we started chanting, we started singing, and we got people that were like, "Hey, we really like your vibe, man. Just what do you guys do? What are you guys about?" And obviously, we were there as a Pancho Villa's army, but with Chavos representation, yeah.
Hell
It
yeah,
was a
dude.
good time, man. It
That's
was
the
definitely
time
a good time.
to start getting all these people. Hey, like, you know
Yeah.
what? If you're not about
Entrale.
San Diego Loyo, cáele acá. MLS va a empezar. If you want to dip your toes in the water a little
Yeah.
bit, cáele a los San Diego Loyo games.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, I mean, eventually, if you want to move up with us in MLS, like, why not, right? Or
Yeah.
eventually, you can just like both in the future. Like,
You could you could be like all of us and like both.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's it.
Just so I don't want to give too much exposure to this, like not this. We were saying no. I want to give all the exposure to this, but there was,
Tranqui,
but
yeah.
there was, the locals got a DM the other day that was not very nice in all senses, and
Yeah.
just kind of segueing into this that, just standing and making sure it was a check. It was a check for people and making sure everybody still comes correct with it, and
Yeah.
on the positive end, obviously, love will always triumph.
yeah.
But you guys were part of the Pride Parade on this last weekend.
Yep.
With San Diego Loyal representing as the club, right? So that's pretty cool that the representation of the club is literally the people that are supporting. Like that's what it's supposed to be. So, obviously, you said you weren't there, but
Yeah, I had every plan on going, but something came up with work and I couldn't go anymore. But
it
we did.
happens.
Yeah.
It happens. Work comes up, bro. Yeah,
Oh man. No, but it was pretty cool, man. We had it was we had about maybe 5 or 6 people show up to be able to do that march. It was a very hot day, man. I gave him a ton of props, man. Very, very hot day, but it was it's a
Something
lot of
came up in
locals.
work.
Yeah. No, I mean, dude, I woke up and I was like, oh man, I'm kind of glad I'm not going right now,
Yeah.
just because of the heat, right?
Because I'm
But there was a lot of locals there. A lot of Chavos, a lot of loyal, and it was actually it seemed like a really, really good time. Everybody's always, like I said, you can't hate positivity, right? You can't hate just love.
That's the thing. Some people do, and it's a disgrace. It's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, like Tony said, love will triumph. Win. Triumph.
I mean, there's always going to be those that disagree, and everybody teach their own, right? Everybody has their right to be able to feel a certain way about certain situations. But at the same time, I've always been one of those people. If you got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. Right?
100%.
Just
Straight up.
mind your own business. They're not hurting you. You're not hurting them. Just move on, man.
Yeah.
And,
That's a patriot telling you that.
Yeah,
That's
exactly,
a goddamn
man.
patriot who's saying this.
100%.
All right.
Yeah, I know,
Somebody
man.
puts his life on the line. So thank you again. But weird question. I've heard that people don't like some people don't like it's a preference, but like, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Like, but is that like, but that phrase of thank you for your service, like, so that it gets overused sometimes, or I've always actually wondered. I've never.
No, honestly, you know what? I don't mind it too much. I'm not really like so at the Padre game, normally like in the third inning or something like that, they tell you like all veterans please rise.
I always clap. He doesn't. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
For
No,
what?
he doesn't.
I always do.
I always clap too, but I mean I don't like to get up personally.
Yeah.
It's not like because I'm kind of shy when
Yeah,
it comes to
yeah,
that
yeah,
aspect
yeah,
too.
yeah,
It's like
100%.
it's like when people are kind of clapping at like for you and stuff like that. It's kind of to me it's kind of like all right,
te chiveas.
yeah, me chivo, yeah. And no, but honestly, man, like if people say thank you for your service, definitely appreciate it. If there's anywhere like. And I'm wearing a uniform, whatever, they give me a discount. Oh, thank you so much. You didn't have to, but yeah, I really do appreciate it. So I think for the most part, obviously there are some people that go out there and they seek that kind of recognition. But for the majority of times, I mean, they just kind of like, yeah, thank you, you're welcome. Like we're not gonna say no. We're not gonna say we're always gonna say thank you for your support. That's it. That's all we really want is just support.
Hell yeah.
That's it.
Support those active military as well as veterans because, man, this country needs to. I'm sorry, this turned into a different podcast, but we need to help and love will prevail, and there's a lot of love to go around.
And
so
it's cool, man, because it's like there's a lot of veterans that go to these events, right?
Yeah.
These pride events. Not a whole lot of people know about them, man. It's just there's a lot of people that just kind of they just learned. I met a lot of people actually throughout my time too that just never been to California, never actually been outside their state, and for them this is all new to them. They grew up in a certain environment, but a lot of them, thankfully, they're very accepting of this kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, at these events, I mean, you have Chula Vista Police that show up too, San Diego Police, PD, just teams. But I think the Padres actually had people that show up too. But it's actually, like I said, you can't dislike events like these, right? Where everybody just kind of comes around and gets along, and that's it.
That's a party, man.
That's
You
it.
just
It's
want
a
a
party.
Want an excuse to have a parade? Why not? Like parades used to be so cool. Like like the Macy's Day Parade. Like it used to be such a big thing. I used to make sure I watched it every year. I love parades.
And
Parades are
it's
cool.
all coming back now. I mean,
Yeah.
we're at a point where kind of forgetting about COVID a little bit. It's still there, but we're moving on. You got to live
Comic-Con's
with
this
it.
weekend.
Yeah, Comic Con is this weekend.
Yeah, I mean things are coming back, and so
Are you guys doing anything?
I don't never have tickets. I've never gone inside
No,
Comic-Con.
my girlfriend actually just found out she's gonna go on Saturday. Her friend had an
Oh,
extra
nice.
ticket, so she's gonna get to go.
So it's so going inside.
Left out, huh?
Yeah,
From a cool event.
yeah,
Yeah, must suck.
it's okay.
Tell her to get you something.
Yeah, I will.
So the cool
Got
part,
me a
okay, so
cup from SoFi. But yeah, sorry. The cool thing about it.
no, so the cool thing about Comic Con, especially now that it's gotten so big, I mean, before obviously it was cool to be able to get a ticket the same day, go walk inside, get all you need to do, but now it's like you don't actually need to go inside to enjoy the great
Yeah,
stuff.
that's-
You can just go
that's
outside,
That's
walk
what I'm
around.
doing that this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm gonna do that with my wife on Saturday. I think we're just gonna go walk around.
Yeah.
I want to check out that Futurama, like
Yes.
that building
Coming
that
back.
they had.
Yep.
Yeah, Abel's been hitting me up about that, man. 'Cause he went to go see it a few days ago.
Apparently,
he
Abel
posted
and I
about
are
it.
the same person. I had a conversation with Abel that was like very like, hey, like this band, and he's like, yeah, that's a really good band. Or like, oh, the Simpsons like this. Oh no, like I know the Simpsons. Like it was very like back and forth like that.
Spider-Man meme, like-
Yeah, like or the did we just become best friends type of thing. Like, shout out Abel.
Dude, but no shit. Actually, thanks for reminding me that, man. At the watch party, the Mexico watch party, 3 Punk Kills, we met your doppelganger, and he has
oh,
your
shit.
name too, man.
What?
Yeah,
Big dude
what
too.
the fuck?
dude. No, he had a Hawaiian shirt on, the same beard, everything, man. It was like I thought at first when I
No,
got
I
there, I
need-
thought it was you.
Okay.
But he's from San Francisco. He came down. He's from the Pancho's Villas up in San Francisco. He was down here for work.
Bro, okay, whoever you are,
I need
Pancho
to
Villa
find you.
from
Tony.
San
His
Francisco,
name is
Tony
Tony.
from
No
San
shit.
Francisco,
His
Pancho
name is
Villa's
Tony.
Army.
Oh, shit,
Please hit
dude.
us up, 2 Balls and a Mic, Twitter, Instagram, wherever.
I
Find
think
we,
this
need, we
man.
need a picture. Someone
Somebody
find them.
find this man.
I have
Please,
his
please, please.
Actually,
Oh, you
he
do?
followed us on
Oh,
Instagram.
let's
Oh
go.
my
This is gonna
God.
be great. This
Man,
is great.
hopefully- See if I can find him, man.
I wonder if he acts just like you.
Absolutely not. I'm one of one, homie.
Ah,
I'm
the
an
boy.
SD original.
Let me see.
None of this. He says Hecka, bro. Come on.
Heck.
He thinks the greatest rapper of all time is E40.
Oh man,
Tell him where to go.
I think I'm gonna have a hard time finding him.
It's all good. We'll put a picture on him somewhere and put a hit on him. Like, hey,
Find this man.
hey, impostor. Or
Oh, I found him.
Oh, yes, let's go. Or
What's
my
his
parents have
Instagram?
some explaining to do.
His name is Marco_A_Madriz, but he said his alias is Tony
Okay.
Marco Antonio.
Marco Antonio
Marco underscore.
_A.
God damn it.
underscore way. Gracias.
Nada. Underscore A.
_Madriz with the Z.
Madriz.
There he is.
Oh my God! Please.
Alright. Watch, he works at the Y.
Oh, he's private.
He's private.
Follow him.
Alright, let's follow him right now. So
Can I? You
shout out
following
to
him?
you. Alias el Tony,
Vato,
1991.
cállate, güey.
Yeah.
Let me see this.
Yeah, he's right there in the middle.
Everybody follow him. Cállate, güey.
So, yeah.
Se parece dos, tres. Yeah,
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 and he was wearing a Hawaiian shirt too, man.
Ay,
So-
güey.
So it's funny because like
Vato.
so I was talking to him and I was like, oh Miguel, nice to meet you. He's like, oh Tony, and I was like, no way.
Cállate.
No way.
So then I turned around. I turned around.
Estás más
and-
guapo tú, güey.
See.
Yeah.
Sí.
Yeah,
So I introduced him.
Sorry, I just followed you.
Miguel
But
dice, sí.
No. I introduced him to Remy, and I said, "Oh, Remy, this is Tony." And Tony was like, and Remy was like,
Fuck outta
"What?
here."
Like, no way." And then I felt kind of bad at first because everybody just started kind of laughing after the everybody's
Poor
just
guy,
like,
he's probably like, why is everyone laughing?
Yeah.
You guys are fucking rude.
but
Wait,
I
so you guys
explained it
laughed
to him. I was
behind my
like,
back,
you
Gabriel?
had no. It's like you look exactly like
Why
one
everyone's
of our
laughing.
friends.
Yeah.
oh my
And so I showed him the picture and everything too, and he's like, "Oh, I do look like him." And yeah, so we're gonna have to get him.
Oh,
He's in
man.
San Francisco. He was here for work.
Shout out.
Alias Tony.
Alias, it's on there. He's older than I am. 1991 is when he was established. It's okay. He was a prototype.
¿Tú naciste en qué año?
Black Sabbath created metal.
what year were you
Metallica perfected it. 92.
Wait, almost the same year.
I mean, yeah.
You feel me?
All right, let's keep this little thread going. Or find out where he works. But yeah, so I mean, great things happening around the Chavos, and I know that we're finding a way. We're gonna navigate how we're gonna go through Chelas con Chavos, if it expands the Frontera Ultras, and just what this will turn into. Because again, like if
A lot
this
can
is-
happen in a year and a half.
Yeah, a lot can happen in a year and a half, and people are gonna want to find out the news about what's happening with the supporter group. So make sure to follow Chelas con Chavos on everything, Instagram, Twitter, powered by Two Balls and a Mic. So follow all of them too.
Oh, definitely.
Tell me about this Chicanos del Rebaño.
Yeah.
Pura cura esa madre.
Yeah, no, that was just for fun, man. El Kevin, he was like, "Hey, check this out, man. Look what we got made." And he showed it to me, and I was like, "Holy shit, dude!" At first, I thought I was like another SG.
Is
Oh
there,
my
is
god!
there an Instagram page for it?
There is
or-
an Instagram page for it, yeah. I think
Let's
it's.
see if Tony can find that real quick. But so what is it? Just like hang out, watch Chivas games?
I think that's all it is, man. I
Sick.
think that's all it's gonna be. It's not gonna be like a. I mean, we're not gonna do anything.
But
any
where,
kind of
are you
events
guys
in the-
meeting like at Nova or something like that? Or like where are you
Pues
guys
donde
meeting? To
sea.
donde caiga?
Yeah,
Someone's
like-
house? Donde
yeah.
caiga? Arre, arre.
Yeah, I think
Someone's house.
So we did it at Bluefoot. That's where we watched the semifinal and the final for this last torneo. You know, and like I said, it's not an SG. We're not gonna do anything under this flag. You know, we're not gonna do any
It's
events.
just-
That's
Right.
that freaking logo goes hard though.
I know, man. It's freaking awesome, dude. And yeah, it's just we're just gonna, like I said, it's just for Chivas fans in San Diego or anywhere actually that just kind of wanna and just want to live
Güey,
the life, man.
¿cómo se llama ese güey? El que se tatuó Chavos del Hoyo or Chavos
Oh, el Puma.
Puma.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that fool's gonna get this tattoo. That shit
Yeah,
goes
it's
hard. That shit
He's
goes
probably
hard.
gonna get it, man.
Chicanos del
I know.
Rebaño.
It looks pretty awesome, man. But yeah, it's gonna be just it's just for fun. And this one's
sure.
I mean, dude, I started getting in like I gotta give credit to like the the locals and the Chavos and all that stuff, man, because I was not into this up until like 4 years ago, man.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I was just a casual fan, but now it's just like I enjoy singing, man.
Yeah.
Like I go places and I enjoy starting songs now. I enjoy like just losing my voice.
Hell yeah.
That's what's up.
It was definitely something I was not expecting to do, and it kind of not taking over my life, but it's become a pretty cool part of my life. So it's
It's that
it's
release,
just-
man.
it's
Yeah.
solo. So yeah, there's gonna be another one too.
Hell yeah.
I never had anything for the Chivas, like so. Man,
There it
just
is.
Have fun.
Ask the questions.
Y ya que
get
llegamos a
in-
la final otra vez, vamos a jalarnos todos ahora sí.
Hell yeah, that's
And
pretty
starting
cool.
with 3-0. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Tú no, güey, todavía no juega ni el Vega, ni el Guti, ni el Piojito. Papá, el pollo briseño es un crack. Ah,
Perfect. And I
It's only
know.
gonna get better.
the biggest thing though, before we wrap up the episode,
Yes.
there's an official date for the backpack drive. Obviously,
is.
it's the third annual backpack drive.
This
second?
is a third annual, yeah.
right.
Third annual. I think the first one was kind of it was cool. Like the first one I think was
Smaller,
unofficial.
yeah,
Yeah, it was smaller.
And last year was a big hit.
Last year was it went really awesome. I mean, we were able to increase our backpack sizes. This year, we're well on track to be able to get way more backpacks
Hell
as
yeah.
well. So our original spot that we had in Barrio Logan, the person that's Sham, they're selling the house.
Yeah.
So now, thankfully, Border X across the street has been gracious enough to be able to host us. Again, Adrian doing all the great stuff that he does. So it's going to be for August 13th at 12 p.m. That is when we're going to have our giveaway time. So if anybody out there knows anybody that, have any kids or any families, that need school supplies, man.
Yeah.
We did it a little bit earlier this time because we have a lot of people that work for the school district that are
100%.
like, hey, we're going to full time year round now, so we gotta have a look. This was normally like a November September event.
I mean, Chula Vista School District starts tomorrow. So.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it starts tomorrow. So we're hoping. So good. Luckily for us, I think we're gonna be able to get into this like a month ahead of time to.
That's what's up, man.
So yeah, like I said, it's right there. If you want to donate money, and if you can't do supplies,
Oh, yeah.
There's Adrian's Venmo is on there. We're still gonna be able to we're gonna put up a box at the bakery here pretty soon.
Okay.
We always just found, maybe like the last couple weeks up until the event, that's when
for
people
sure.
start donating. So we're gonna start doing that, and like I said, the loyal are always contributing, always doing awesome. The locals are helping us out, always spreading the word. The sirens are actually gonna be. They've been spreading the word a little bit too, and
That's what's up, man.
I mean, who knows, man? I mean, anybody that wants the soccers, obviously too, man.
Last year, Austin Guerrero stopped by and let's see if any players.
We could have any
maybe
players.
Joe Corona,
Man.
imagine.
That'd be pretty sweet, man.
Joe
talk to
Corona,
him.
this is your message right now. Help
DM
out the
him.
Chavos
Yeah.
right here. Donate
Come on
something.
down,
Help
man.
out there. Pass backpacks out. Take
DM him.
pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, Border X, dude. August 13th. We're gonna be there from noon. Like I said, it's also too, like if anybody just wants to come hang out, hand out some backpacks, just kind of be a part of the drive. It's actually it's very
Perfecto.
fulfilling,
No hay
man.
partidos después del juego del hoyo.
No hay
el
nada.
siguiente día, güey.
Yep.
Andas en Vallarta chingón ahorita, Joe. Cáele a ayudar a la comunidad, Joe. Ándale, jálate.
Dude, that'd be freaking awesome, man. I mean, get some Padres in there too. I mean, I don't know. We're trying to spread the word as much as we can, but
Hell yeah.
I think we're definitely on track to be able to break the last year's mark for sure. So
Arre, tatis, ponte pilas, andan valiendo madre. Ponte a ayudar a la comunidad.
ahorita, just whatever you need, man. Whatever you need, we're there,
Hace
man.
algo, güey. But no, that's awesome, man. And so again, thank you for coming in. Thank you for
Thanks for
spreading the
having
word.
us,
Is there
man.
anything else Chavos related that we need to get out there?
No, man. Just I guess just keep your eye out on the social media for any kind of MLS news coming up, and as always, we're still there, 100% for loyal. Join the Discord if you can. We're always doing good
Sign
stuff.
up. You can still sign up.
Yeah, we got people playing pickleball now. I mean, we got a couple guys that are training for boxing. So we have a whole. We started
It's a
something.
movement. Yeah,
Mhm.
it goes beyond just soccer. It goes beyond just
Yeah.
the typical.
Yeah.
It's a typical. It's a club of friends. Like I like it.
Yeah.
Sharing food, share beer. I mean, it's like it's gonna be pretty fun, man. It's gonna be a pretty fun year coming up.
Hell yeah. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming
Thank you
in.
guys. Appreciate you guys.
Of course.
Get some rest. Thank you.